Welcome everybody to the newest video of Yanis Learning Photography School. In today's video we'll be covering up about lenses. What kind of lens do you need? What kind of lens do I use? What do I prefer? And what lenses to avoid? So let's start with lenses. You have plenty of lenses available in the market, right? You have 14 millimeter, 12 millimeter wide lenses, and then you have 15 millimeter, 18 to 35 millimeter, 50 millimeter, 85 millimeter, 105 millimeter, 130, 150, up to 200, 500 millimeter lenses. What these lenses actually do, what these millimeters actually provide for your photography style. In my hand, I'm right now holding my favorite lens, my favorite portrait lens, and it makes absolutely beautiful landscape photos as well. This is 105 millimeter Sigma Art 1.4 lens. This is best of the best, I guarantee you that. This is dream lens. If you haven't tested this lens out yet, guys, 105 millimeter 1.4 is the sweet spot for beautiful photos. Really nice bokeh photos, deep, nice, colorful photos, sharp photos. It's massive, it's big, but it's worth it. So you see, it really depends on what are you trying to take photos of. Starting with the wide lenses from 10 millimeter till 18, even 35, because from 35 millimeters you're getting to start make these typical straight photos. Basically, 50 millimeter is the middle of everything, right? 50 millimeter, you're gonna get what you see straight off how you look in life, right? So basically, if you're gonna have 18 wide, 35 less wide, 50 less wide, 85 more closer, 105 more zoomed in, and up to 200, 500 where you are taking some sports or wild photography or wild animals and stuff like that. Okay, so basically, the lenses. You need lens, you need the camera, then you buy lens. And lens, well, actually, lenses have apertures. I think you heard this you saw these numbers, and as photographer, you understand that these numbers 1.4, 1.8, 5 aperture, yeah, basically means the lesser the number, the more brighter, the more light comes in the lens. The more you open it, the more the light comes in. So basically you have a really nice bokeh effect. People love bokeh. People like those dreamy photos. People love to take super art, nice, beautiful macros and stuff like that. And in the portraits, when you take these photos of human's eyes and separate the person, the object from the background. So basically, 1.2, 1.4 are really expensive. That's the first thing. Second thing, they are really heavy. They're really heavy because they have this they're so big because they can put the light, gather the light from outside to make your pictures more brighter and in low light conditions. Actually, how I started using the photography with the my middle class camera, entry level camera, I would say, Nikon, I think D5000 I have, yeah. I had this standard kit lens, 18 to 35 millimeter, that's what I had. You can zoom, yeah. And by the way, also, the lenses are prime lenses, where you have 35 millimeter, 50 millimeter, 85 millimeter, and you cannot zoom in because they are the prime lens, that's all. And you have the zoom lenses where you have from 18 to 35, from 200 to 500 and stuff like that. It really depends what are you doing, what do you use. Or in wedding photography, you need zoom lenses, so you don't need to carry about 5 lenses with you, and all the time when you need to switch them, or you even need to have 3 cameras with you. No. So basically what I do, I have only prime lenses. I use now 105 millimeter 1.4 and 35 millimeter 1.4 as well. Sigma art lenses are must-to-go lens, the best which you can get for the money. They are also more expensive lenses like Sony G lenses, but they cost so much and it's not worth it, guys. It just basically save the money, buy Sigma. Sigma delivers. Yeah, so basically that's why I chose Sigma, because it's quality and really good price. Okay, so basically what are we talking about? These lenses is people make big mistakes actually thinking that 1.4, 1.2 lenses will make them crazy good photographers. That with those lenses, only with those lenses you can capture the beauty, the best portraits. Why I'm talking that? Because I was thinking like that. I was thinking, I have 1.8, if I would have... Now, at the beginning I had 3.5 till 5.0, this kit lens, yeah? So basically this is my first lens, the first camera, entry-level camera I had, a Nikon D5000, which came with the prime lens, 18 to 35 millimeters, 3.5 till 5 aperture, okay? The next lenses I really wanted, I got 50 millimeter 1.8. I thought, oh, 1.8, yeah, that's really nice. The bokeh, you can shoot so nice portraits with it. You can separate them from the background. Wow, cool. The next step, I really wanted 1.4, but 1.4 lenses cost 4 or 5 times more than 1.8. Basically, you can buy 35 millimeter 1.8 lens for approximately normal lens for 300, and then if you want to buy even maybe cheaper, if you want to buy 1.4, it's gonna cost you about 800 euro or dollars. It's 2 times, 3 times more than 1.8, and the difference is, yeah, it's 2 times brighter. Makes better performance in low light situations, but if you are getting started at the beginning, don't waste your money on 1.4. Instead, guys, get 1.8, even 3.5 kit lens. I promise you guys, at the beginning of photography journey, when you learn, you don't need these kind of luxury glasses, lenses, yeah? You don't need them because you're learning, you need to understand, you learn. So don't spend the money on the wrong lens, invest the money in more lens and better camera body maybe, yeah. But not the lens, not 1.4, really. And I mean, of talking about the lens, as I talked, I'm portrait photographer, so I take portraits. So basically I use 35, 105 millimeter. Right now I had 85 millimeter 1.8. Then I switched to 105 millimeter 1.4, which is my must-go lens, everyday lens what I use. It creates fairy tale photos, fairy tale. I promise you guys. So, what I wanted to say is, I had this mistake thinking of 1.4 is the dream lens. It's actually, when I got it, what I did, every picture I took, I had on 1.4. Every picture I took was in 1.4 aperture. Because if I bought 1.4, then I'm gonna use all the time 1.4. But guys, you understand, 1.4 is the widest which you can open your lens. So basically, if you have low light situation and your shutter speed is too low, which you need to have double at least, considering the millimeters. So basically, if you have 105, you need to have 210 shutter speed minimum to get sharp photo. But if you use 1.8, which is the double, it's gonna be 2 times sharper than 1.4, because every lens which you buy is basically, if you buy 1.8 lens, if you're gonna shoot on 1.8, there's more possibility you're gonna have blurry photos, because you need to have the camera still, you need to have the right ISO, you need to have the right shutter speed, so you need to think about it all the time. So that was my biggest mistake of maybe 5 years or 4 years. I was so happy with this 1.4, 1.8, and I understand it's same for you as well. Why would you go from 1.4 if you spend the extra 50% more on the lens and use 1.8? It doesn't make sense, right? It makes sense, it makes big sense. There was the one time I met this one photographer. I think he was from New Zealand. I was talking about him, and I was asking like, he asked me what do I do? I said, my hobby is take photos. And I said, yeah, my next dream is to have 1.4 lens. Yeah, they're so dreamy. 1.2, maybe 1.4. They're gonna make so beautiful bokeh photos, and it's gonna make me so much better photographer. And the photographer said, "Oh, why? I have 1.4 lens, but I don't shoot with 1.4. I shoot 1.4 aperture only maybe 10% of my daily usage of the camera." I said, "But you bought 1.4. Why you use 1.8? And then he said this thing what I told you right now. The 1.4 is more possibility you won't have the shot super sharp. I don't tell you guys not to use 1.4, lowest aperture what you have on your lens right now. What I'm saying is, don't be afraid to go up more than your lowest aperture, widest aperture. Because there are so many ways you can trick the bokeh if you understand how to use, how to separate the person or the object from the background. Because you see, the closer you will come to the subject, the more blurred out is going to be the background. Or the more further away from the wall or building or place, any place, you're going to have more dreamier and more blurred background. You have more better bokeh. So basically the distance is the key to make those photos super blurred out. I was always thinking, how do people make, they have the same camera, they have the same lens, but their photos look more way blurred out, separated from the subject from the background. I was like, oh, I think they used the Photoshop, I think they had extra blur. But guys, actually no. It's really it's about the distance. It's about how you place your subject from the back, from wall or the house or any placement, you understand? The more bigger distance, the more blurred out it's gonna be, separated from the person. So what I'm saying is, the main things, again, don't make this mistake. Don't buy the super wide open lenses. Start with kit lenses. They are super cheap. Actually, they mostly come with the entry-level cameras. Take photos with them. I guarantee they are not bad. They are good lenses. They are good lenses. They are just not as professional as this higher level lens. Okay, I understand. But as I said, if you are beginning your adventure, if you're beginning to learn the photography, don't spend the money on the super expensive things. It won't help you guys. I guarantee it just doesn't make sense, because you won't know how to use it. And that's the biggest, that is the biggest example. And of course you will ask, but okay, Yanis, so why are you spending the money on these expensive lenses? Why are you spending? This lens costs about 1,400 euro, and 35mm costs about 800, 900 euro. Yeah. So why you don't use the kit lens? Why the professionals don't use the kit lens if it doesn't make that big sense? Difference is, it makes sense, but it makes sense in the right hands, in the right time, when you have this crazy amount of experience and knowing how to use the camera, knowing all the secrets, all the little tips, then you can buy the lens, because you're already a better photographer, you're already starting to make money, you already can invest the money in better gear. Yeah, that's fine. That's like me. This is 100% must go lens. The best, you need to buy it, of course, but after you learn how to actually use the camera. You understand? So, number one, don't waste the money on the wrong lens. Buy the kit lens. Don't be afraid to use them, guys. Don't be afraid to use them. They deliver good quality photos. They are good. They are not bad. Make photos of them. After you get the money, you can buy better. But don't jump straight in the super expensive lens market. No, guys, just forget it. For your budget, buy it, learn, don't waste money. And when you're ready, buy and enjoy. It's 1.4 lenses, the super wide open lenses are fantasy. It's what gives me opportunity to make these dreamy photos. Wow, guys. Because the right gear gives me the opportunity to make my visual dreams, my fantasy come to life. And to show you guys how it looks. Remember, guys, go into my website, check my Instagram, plenty of photos there. And remember, guys, I'm here for you to learn, to understand, not to waste money on the wrong things, invest the money in the right things, and learn. The learning is the key to become the master. Learning from the simplest gear, not spending big amounts of money on the camera, the first camera, no. And then you shall become the master. Follow, guys, more. Follow me, subscribe, like the video. This is my third video, by the way. I will be teaching more and more and more and more so you can become more and more. This is Yanis. Have a great day. Leave a like, leave a comment, what you want to see next. I'm going to be here for you every week for you to learn